Well, as you can see, I've been doing a little rip and tear session on it here. I'm going to get this, getting the engine ready to be pulled out of here. I need to round up some things to do that though, and but I'm kind of getting everything disconnected and out of the way. I have a feeling this is going to be a project that is going to end where it ends, and I try not to do anything half-assed, so taking stuff apart, I've already seen some things I don't like from previously having been taken apart or whatever. So it's coming apart. Hey guys, just a little quick little update. This is the Nimrod. Pulled the mill out of it. That's what they called them back in the day. It was the mill. Pulled the mill. And so anyways, there you go. Took that out. And I got the, unbelievably how encrusted this thing was inside. Now it didn't have a boot on it. Didn't have a clutch fork boot on it. So I had to clean it all up. Right now I've pretty much just been entrenched in cleaning parts for the most part of it. And then here we got the famous L79 327 350 horse. This one is actually an L79, not an L76. This is a hydraulic cammed engine, which, you know, supposedly it cut down in the power a little bit. Probably did at but I bet a lower RPM they were pretty comparable. And but at the same time, so the solid lifter motors, they require maintenance. They require valve adjustment continuously. This engine seems to be in pretty good mechanical condition. It should have only 54,000 miles on it. And from what I see, other than the dirt and grime, I mean, when I pulled the valve covers off, everything looks pretty normal. I don't see any shiny stuff in there. I'll look it over a little bit. The engine was quiet when we ran it. And these are your original Corvette valve covers. Nice, huh? And it's crusty. It's also likewise got your 53 years of crust on it. I've already had the damper off of it. Pulled that loose once already, but I think I'm going to clean it up. I'm not going to go into the engine. I'll probably replace this timing cover, the timing chain and gears, and maybe the damper too. I'm not, sometimes as you can see the rubber around them, as you can see this one has started to a little bit. After years and years of it gets dry rotted, and then it no longer will hold that outer ring where it belongs, and of course your timing mark is onto that outer ring. So if that thing slips on the hub at all and you think you're timing it, you might not be. But anyways, well, I got it out, but it's looked dry. Good good 327. Probably not a whole bunch of these left in original condition. Side 2 all looks pretty good. I find these hydraulic ones, they didn't use screwed in rocker arm studs. They're all pressed in. I'm amazed at what the spring pressures they ran on these things. Like we're talking 80 pounds closed and 140 pounds open. Incredibly light. But then again, they didn't wear out camshafts real fast either, I suppose, if they're done right. And that's it. Winters, there's your Winters logo for the that's the foundry that primarily did all of GM's castings, aluminum castings back then. But I think I'll take and clean it up, paint it, see if I can't get it back into decent looking shape. I'm going to take and bead blast the valve covers and the intake and try to get it all back looking like it's supposed to. I'm not too thrilled about that right there. We'll have to see if maybe we can swap that out or something. I don't know. We'll see. But and as you notice, this has the the old Camel double hump heads. And of course, being the early model that these are, these were not fitted with accessory attachment points on them. These were just, everything was hooked to the block. But these are the double humpers, famous double hump Fuley heads. And if I remember correctly, I believe these are the 198 Fuley heads, meaning that the original incarnation of them was a 1.980 inch intake valves, 160 exhaust valves, I think. And then of course the later models of these heads on the LT1s and the DZ302s, they opened those, they unshrouded those intake valves to make them 202, famous 202 Fuley heads. But other than that, they're the same. For this car, for street purposes, this will work fine. This will be a good car. It looks like it's got the proper Corvette oil pan on it, extra quart of oil capacity, I do believe. But so yeah, that's the famous L79.